Hello and welcome. My name is Brenda Mailer with Sea Bright Spirit. Today I'd like to lead you through a yoga practice to help build strength and stability in your body so that your mind, your heart can feel that support. So for the practice today, it'd be helpful to have a couple of blocks if you have them. If you don't, just modify the practice to suit your needs. And always modify the practice to suit your needs. So listen to your body, adjust as necessary. If something doesn't feel right, change it or don't do it. Okay? So let's get started by just taking a few moments to ground and center ourselves. So close your eyes or soften your gaze and sit comfortably. Hopefully you might have a cushion you can sit on or something to lift your body up a little bit so that you feel comfortable through your hips. And then take a nice deep inhale in through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. And do this a few times, just allowing yourself to ground, to release the activities of the day, and settle in with this time for yourself. Feel your shoulders soften, your tongue and your jaw relax. And begin to draw your awareness inside and just notice how you're feeling. What's present for you right now? Honor what's there without judgment, without trying to change anything, but just notice. The best place to meet yourself is where you're at, right here, right now. And perhaps you might notice a little intention that you'd like to set for yourself for your practice today. And then when you're ready, let's make your way down onto our backs. So start by resting the whole body along the floor, the head, the legs, resting your hands on your abdomen so that you feel your thumbs at around the rib cage. You can tune into the flow and sensation of your breath. So you might keep your eyes closed and just begin to watch your body breathe. Just notice how you're receiving and letting go of the breath in this moment. If there is anything on your mind, maybe just allow the breath to nourish you. As you turn your mind towards the flow of the breath. Over time, the breath might begin to deepen slightly, to lengthen out. Just take a few more moments grounding yourself into the flow of your breath so you can keep coming back to it as you move through your practice. And then on your next inhale, reach the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring them back down beside your body. And move gently with the breath. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Feel a little length through the body, a nice big stretch as the arms rise. And then again, taking the arms back beside you and just leaving them there once they come down. When you inhale, bring your knees into your chest, and let's start by rolling a little bit across the lower back. And then taking a nice deep breath in, exhale, squeeze the knees towards your chest, giving yourself a little hug. Now keep your right knee drawing in and stretch your left leg out along the floor. Flex the foot so you're activating through that leg. Take a couple deep breaths into the back of the right hip. Notice that lengthening through the left leg. Now inhale, draw the left knee in, stretch the right leg out. Taking a few deep breaths, activating through the right leg. Now we're going to move with the breath a little bit. So as you inhale, draw the right knee in. As you exhale, draw that knee into the chest, stretch the left leg out. As you inhale, draw the left leg up and in. Exhale, stretch the right leg out, drawing the left knee to the chest. Move with the breath. Nice and slowly, not rushing the movement, but just letting the movement flow with the breathing. Noticing how you feel through the hips and the legs as you do this. Let's do one more on each side. Making sure you feel somewhat even between your legs. And then draw both knees in. Take the feet up into the air, lengthen through the legs and circle the ankles. Circling them one direction and then the other. Pointing the toes, flexing the foot, flexing the feet, and then just lengthening a little bit through the back of the legs. Good. Now let's bend the knees, draw the feet in, and take the feet to the floor. Just relax a little bit through the hips. Notice how you're feeling through your hip flexors. If you feel you need to stretch both legs out for a moment, do that. And then bring the feet back in. Now let's roll over to your right side, or whichever side you're maybe looking at. You will do both. And you can keep yourself up here on your elbow, or you can drop yourself down and hold the head. We're going to do a little bit of activating and warming up through the outer thigh and the inner thighs of the legs. Okay? So bring your hand right in front of you so that the top arm is helping you stabilize. Keep both feet flexed as if you're standing on the floor, and then inhale, lift that top leg up, exhale, lower it down. So it's just coming straight up. So you're using the outer quad muscles a little bit through the front and a little bit through the back as you lift on the inhale, lower on the exhale. It doesn't matter how high the leg comes up, whatever's comfortable in your body. Notice if you're leaning back to get it higher, just keep that hip nice and stable, hips stacked on top of one another. Two more. Listen to your body. Relax any point you need to. Now bring that front foot and kind of ground it on the floor in front of you. So you might feel like you're leaning back just a little bit here. Now we're going to lift the under leg. So you're going to inhale, take it up. Exhale, take it down. Now if it's uncomfortable on the hip underneath on the floor, put a blanket or something there so that it's a little softer. Moving with your breath, listening to your body. Couple more. Good. Now we're going to do the other side. So stretch the leg out. I'm going to switch sides. You can just roll over to the other side if that works for you. Again, holding the head, stacking the hips on top of one another, flexing the feet. Ground through that front hand. And then as you're ready, inhale, lift that top leg. Exhale, take it down, moving slowly with your breath. Couple more. Good. Then rest that leg down. Bring the foot out in front. You might lean back slightly here as you kind of ground yourself. We're going to lift and lower the bottom leg now. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, down. Doesn't matter how high up it comes. Just work with your body. Nice and controlled movement. Couple more. Good, and then just relax, stretch the both legs out. Roll onto your back for a moment. Bring your feet flat on the floor. Take your right leg up into the air, cross that ankle over your knee. We're just going to stretch a little bit through the back of the hip there, and then a little bit through the inner thigh. So take a couple deep breaths here. So you're just holding on to that foot and the knee, or you can reach through and grab onto the back of the leg. Just make sure you're relaxing through the shoulders and focusing your awareness down in your hips. One more breath. As you exhale, take that leg down. Let's lift the leg up, just stretch through that knee, and then bring the foot down to the floor. You can stretch that leg out for a moment if you need to. And then when you're ready, switch sides. Take the left foot up, cross it over the knee, create that window with your thighs, and then draw the legs inward. Coming into leg cradle. Focus your awareness again in the back of the hip. Notice how you're feeling. Couple more breaths. As you exhale, take the right foot to the floor, stretch the right leg up. You can bring that foot down or stretch the leg out along the floor for a moment. And then when you're ready, roll over onto your side and let's come up to all fours. Taking a moment here to ground your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Let's warm up the shoulders a little bit. So bring your left hand to your shoulder and begin to circle the elbow. Just finding a nice range of motion through that shoulder joint, creating a little bit of heat and energy here. When you're ready, switch directions. And then bring that hand down to the floor. Bring your right hand to your shoulder, same thing. Inhale, circle the elbow around, warming up the shoulder joint. then switching directions. Place that hand on the floor. Ground down again through the hands, spread through the palms and the fingers. We're going to move through cat and cow with a bit of a wave from the tailbone to the crown. So inhale, lift the tailbone, let the belly drop, lift the crown into cow. Exhale, curl the tailbone in, draw the belly up and in, really spreading through the back, and then drop the head into cat. Inhale, tailbone lifts to crown. Exhale, tailbone curls in, draw that belly and squeeze the breath out into cat. Let's move through this a few times, opening up the spine, feeling that subtle movement through the body. Keeping the hands pressing into the floor, active through the upper body, supportive. Let's do one more. And then come back into tabletop. Curl your toes under. You can come into a plank from your toes or your knees. Broaden a little bit through the chest. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Finding some stability through the upper body and the arms. And then exhale, lift the hips up into the air. Come into downward dog. Pedal the feet out. And then keep the knees a little bit bent. Look for that length through the upper body, but keep the lower belly drawing in so you're supporting your upper body through the spine, through the pelvis. And then sink the heels back. They might not touch the floor. They certainly don't have to. Take a couple deep breaths here. Ground down through the hands and feet. Lift through the tailbone. Feel the pelvis tilting forward. Now on your next inhale, if you want, take that right leg up into the air, holding it there for a moment, or just drop your left knee to the floor, and we're going to step that right foot through. Come into low lunge and grab your blocks if you have them. Lift up a little bit through the upper body, leaning the hips forward, noticing how you feel through the pelvis. Making sure that your ankle is underneath your knee. So you're really able to ground down through that front foot. Now we're going to come into a lunge. You can stay with your knee down, or you can curl the back toe under for high lunge. As you're ready, bring your hands to your knee. Stabilize yourself through both legs, through the lower belly, and then lift the arms. Relax through the shoulders, find a comfortable gazing point. And then turn your awareness towards your breath and your body. Notice how your legs are supporting you to relax through the heart and to relax the mind. Now inhale, lengthen through the upper body. Bring your hands back down to the blocks. Now if you are in low lunge, curl the toes under, come into high lunge, step that back foot forward just a little bit, and walk your blocks out in front of you. If you don't have blocks, just be really mindful and just use the floor, okay? Bring your weight over top of your right foot. As you inhale, lift the left leg straight up and back. Exhale, bring it down. And just move here with the breath, maybe 5, 6, 7 times, whatever works for your body. Keeping your weight over top of that standing leg, the knee is a little bit bent. The pelvis feels like it's squaring towards the floor. Good, maybe one more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now crawl that foot back a little bit, bring the blocks back beside your foot and drop the back knee to the floor. Let's set the blocks to the side for a moment and bring the right foot back. Knees wide, feet together, come into child's pose. And take a few deep breaths, really letting go of the action, breathing into the back of the hips, and settling the mind. Deep breath in, let a nice long sigh out. Now on your next inhale, bring yourself back up. Curl the toes under or bring the knees to the floor and come into that plank pose. Hold here for a couple breaths. And then inhale, lift the hips up. Keep the knees a little bit bent. Look for that length in the spine. And then pedal the feet, take the heels back, and hold for a couple breaths. Now grounding through the right foot. If you wish, take your left foot up in the air, hold for a couple breaths. Or we're just going to step that left foot through and bring the right knee to the floor. Come into low lunge with the blocks if you have them. Stabilize, keeping that front foot underneath the knee, back toes going straight out behind you. Relax through the shoulders, relax your jaw, your eyebrows. Okay, now you can stay in low lunge if you like, or you can curl the back toes under into high lunge. Bring your hands to your knee, find your stability. Keep that lower belly active, the legs supporting you. Lift the arms as you're ready. And come into your lunge warrior. One more breath. Then inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring the hands down to the blocks. Now, if you're in low lunge, curl the back toe under. Bring that back foot a little bit closer to the front and walk the blocks forward. Stabilize over your left leg, keeping your knee a little bit bent. And then as you're ready, inhale, lift that right leg straight up and back. Keep the foot flexed so you're active through that leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. As many times as it works for your body today. Whenever you feel complete, bring the feet to the floor. Step that foot back, walk the blocks back, drop the knee, set the blocks to the side, come back to child's pose. And again, take a few moments to just settle the breath, to breathe into the back of the hips, and relax the body. Notice how you're caring for yourself today. And then on an inhale, bring yourself back up. Curl the toes under. Come into that plank pose for a moment or drop the knees. Keep yourself there. Stabilize through the upper body. And then exhale, take the hips back. Come into down dog. And then let's walk the feet forward, come into forward bend. Now inhale, come into a half lift, keeping your knees a little bit bent, the hands just below the knees, lengthen to the upper body for a moment. And then bend the knees, keep that extension to the spine and press the floor away like you're lifting something towards the sky. As you exhale, come into mountain pose, relax the shoulders, relax the arms, stand nice and tall. Deep breath in, maybe letting a sigh out. Checking in. Now bring your hands to your hips and bring your weight over top of your left foot. Stabilize yourself here and then lift the right knee. Now if possible, reach a little bit through that front foot. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, take that leg down towards the floor. It might hover or it might touch down. Inhale, lift it back up. And let's just move the legs, or move the leg with the breath. Keeping the lower belly active, that standing leg, grounding, a little bit bent. A couple more times if it works for your body. And this last time, as you come down, slowly take that foot back and come into warrior one. Keep your gaze forward and your hips square towards the front end of that mat. Bend the front knee. Inhale, lift the arms. Straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend the elbows, bend the front knee. Make sure that you feel grounded through your feet, so make any adjustments you feel stable. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend the front knee. Let's do this a couple more times. Nice and slowly and mindfully. And then hold here for a breath. All right, now we're going to come forward into warrior three. So you can grab your blocks if you like, bring them out in front of you again. You can use both blocks and just lift that back leg and hold it. You might take the left arm out towards the side, or you can bring both arms out to the side or forward and hold your warrior three. Keep the breath moving smoothly and continuously. And just hold for as long as it works for you and your body today. As you're ready to come out, bring the hands down if they're up. Step the feet together, come into forward bend. Deep breath in, long exhale out. Bend the knees, sink the hips back, lengthen through the spine like you're lifting something up. From all the way up, lengthening, bring your hands down into your heart, and then into mountain pose. Deep breath in, long breath out. All right, we're going to do the other side. Now make sure your blocks aren't in the way in the front of you. Bring your weight over top of your right foot, hands at the hips. Bend the front knee, lifting it up a little bit. If you have a chair or a counter beside you, if you need for balance, you can always grab something. Then straighten that leg out. Again, it can be a little bit bent. Take a deep breath in, exhale, take it down. It might touch or it can hover. Inhale up, Exhale down. Try not to rush the movement. Nice and controlled. And then as you're ready, step that foot back and come into Warrior One. Stabilize through the legs. Find that squareness towards the short end of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knee. Inhale up. Exhale down. Relax through the shoulders. The next time you come down, let's hold for a couple breaths. And as you're ready, you're going to bring your weight over top of that right foot. Grab your blocks if you like for Warrior Three. Extend that back leg. Keep the foot flexed so you're active through that back leg. Weight is over top of your right foot. You can take your right arm out to the side, or you can come into the full Warrior Three as a balance. Keep focusing on your breath and meet your body where you're at. The hips are getting tired. Let the leg come down. And then when you're ready, we'll meet in forward bend. Deep breath in, long exhale out. Bend the knees, lengthen all the way up, come up to standing. And bring your hands down into your heart. And then down into mountain pose. Take a moment to be here. Now we're going to do one more balance here. If you need a chair or a countertop or a wall, make your way there. We're just going to come into a nice quad stretch here for the front of the legs. So ground down over your right foot and then lift your left foot. If you can, grab for the foot. If you have a strap or something, you can always use that as well. Keep grounding through that right foot. Keep the knee a little bit bent. Drawing the left foot straight in towards the glute. You can take both hands back to hold it there if you like. Or you can hold it with one and lift the right arm, whichever works for you. Just notice what gives you the body, what gives your body what it needs. One more breath. And then let's slowly take that foot down. Switch feet, walk the feet out. Standing over top of the left foot now, grounding through that foot, lifting the right foot up, keeping the knee going down towards the floor, drawing that foot straight into the glute. If you want, you can take both hands back to hold the foot there, or you can lift the left arm up into the air. Keep focusing on the breath and noticing that nice stretch to the front of the leg. As you're ready, slowly lower the right foot down, walk the feet out. All right, now let's open up towards the middle of the mat. Bring the feet nice and wide. Turn the right foot towards the edge of the mat. The left toes turn in just slightly. Bend the right knee and make sure that it stacks over top of your ankle. Then just notice the openness through the inner thighs. Draw in the lower belly a little bit. Take the arms out to the side. Now as you inhale, straighten the front leg. As you exhale, look out towards the right fingertips. Make sure the knee is going over the ankle. Inhale, arms lift, straighten the leg. Exhale, come back in. Let's do this a couple more times. The next time you come down, let's hold warrior two for a moment. Notice how you're holding your body, how you're stabilizing through your legs. Then inhale, straighten that right knee. Keep it a little bit soft and reach through the right side of your body. Bring your left hand just into your lower back. Deep breath in here again, noticing the stretch in the back of the hamstring. Bring the right arm down to the inside of the thigh. Rotate the left shoulder open, so you're looking for length through the spine all the way to the crown here. So you're not rounding through the body, but you're lengthening here. And then take that left arm up. Deepen the breath, deepen your experience in triangle. Now on your inhale, bend the knee, rise all the way up. Relax the arms and roll the shoulders back as you turn the feet towards the front. All right, let's do the other side. So turn the left foot towards the edge of the mat, right toes turn in slightly. Bend that front knee, stack it over the ankle, and then lift the arms. Gaze over the left fingertips. Now moving with your breath. Inhale, straighten the leg, lift the arms. Exhale, come back in. Move slowly and mindfully. One more time. As you come back in, hold warrior two. Stabilize through the legs, relax through the shoulders. Good. Now begin to straighten that left leg a little bit. Keep the knee a little bit soft and reach out towards whatever's out there. I've got a window, but keep that length through the back of the left leg, length through the left side of the body. Right hand comes into the lower back. Drop that left arm down as you're ready and keep looking for that length all the way from the tailbone to the crown of your head. Opening the right shoulder upward. And then lifting that right arm up, if that feels good for you. But really focusing on what's happening in the back of the left leg here. Grounding through both feet, and then extending and opening through the upper body. Couple more breaths. As you inhale, bend the knee, rise all the way up. You're going to turn both feet forward. Lengthen through the upper body, bring your hands to your hips. We're going to come into a wide leg forward bend. So lengthen through the crown, bend the knees a little bit as you bring the upper body forward into a table. Another deep breath in. As you exhale, bring the hands down the legs to the floor. Grab a block if you need to. And just come forward into the forward bend. Release through the head. Keep the knees soft in the ways that works for your inner thighs, your hamstrings. One more breath. And inhale, lift the upper body. Slowly begin to heel and toe the feet together. Now you can just come down to the floor, or you can take a moment in garland pose, you can keep your hands on the floor, keep your elbows on the insides of your thighs, lift through the upper body. You can hold yourself here, or you can bring your hands together, lifting up, lengthening, just opening up those inner thighs a little bit. Hold for a couple breaths, or just bring yourself down to the floor if this isn't comfortable for your knees. You can even sit on the floor in butterfly if that feels better, and just bring your feet together with the knees falling apart. One more breath. Good. And then slowly make your way down to the floor. Good. So again, butterfly was this if you needed to do that instead. Okay, so bring yourself down onto your back once again. Rest your upper body. Feel your spine grounding. Let's take a moment and lift both legs up into the air. Ground the hands so that they're alongside your body, palms down. Now we're just going to begin to circle the legs. You're just going to circle the legs around, keeping the feet together. Just moving the body, keeping the breath flowing smoothly, just in as big of circles as it works for you. So you feel a little abdominal awareness here, the core firing up to stabilize you as the legs move around. And then slowly begin to make the circle smaller and smaller until your feet come to a point of stillness. Hold there for a breath. And then begin moving in the opposite direction. So now you're taking that spiral bigger and bigger, the legs moving the opposite way. And when you're ready, slowly begin to make the circle smaller and smaller and smaller. And holding there at a point of stillness. And then drawing your knees into your chest. Take a breath. Now roll to your side and come up, or you might just roll yourself up. And I'm going to turn towards you. Stretch your legs out along the floor. We're going to come into a bit of a twist. So you're going to take your left foot, bring it beside your knee. Actually, I'm going to turn this way so I can ground my foot a little bit more. Ground the foot beside the knee. Bring your left hand behind you and your right hand to the knee. Now lengthen the spine. You want to feel this long and straight through the whole lumbar and spine as possible. So if you need to lean back a little bit, that's okay. Lengthen. And then as you exhale, twist your body towards that leg. Keep the chin in alignment with the chest. Take a deep breath in, lengthen. And then exhale, maybe twisting a little bit more. Hold here for a couple breaths. Looking inward, closing the eyes. And then inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, come forward. And stretch that leg out. Shake the legs out for a moment. And then bring the right foot beside the left knee. Left hand comes to the right knee. Right hand is behind. You're lengthening again through the spine, lifting. And then exhale, twist your body to the right. Deep breaths here. Again, you're not pulling the body, but you're letting the body find its way. One more deep breath, lengthening. And then exhale, twist or bring yourself back forward. Stretch both legs out along the floor. Bring your hands behind you. Find your sit bones and lengthen through the back. Keep your knees a little bit soft and your feet flexed. Now lengthen through the upper body, and as you can, just let the upper body tilt forward. Keep those hands behind you for a moment and lengthen the spine so you're not rounding too much through the back yet. Just keep that nice and long. You'll notice a nice stretch through the back of the legs. Hold here for a few breaths. And then if it feels okay for you, bring your hands forward, lengthen, and then slowly let the body just round forward. So you're not pulling it forward in any capacity, you're just letting it round. Support your head with your hands if you need to, if the head feels heavy, or just let the head hang forward if it feels like a nice stretch to the back of your neck. And you're just gonna rest the hands along the floor beside your legs, hold for a few breaths. And imagine the breath reaching into the back of the legs, so that breath is nurturing the body here. You're drawing that prana inward, nurturing all of the tissues of the body. And slowly letting the body find a natural curve to this forward bend. Make sure you support the upper body as much as you need to so there's no discomfort in your spine. Then slowly inhale, roll the upper body back up. And bring your hands behind you, bend your knees, and then roll yourself down to the floor. All right, now if you have a block, grab it. We're going to place the lowest edge of it, so it's going to be at its lowest height, right underneath the sacrum. So you're going to lift up your hips and place your hips on the block. Make sure that it's not at all on your lower back, just on the hip crest there, okay? Relax the arms beside your body. And then if it feels okay, stretch one leg out along the floor. If it feels okay, you can do both at the same time. But if that doesn't feel okay, just do one at a time, okay? And we'll hold here for a few breaths. You can bring your hands to your hips if you like. I kind of like noticing how I feel through the front of my hips. And again, just having that intention of relaxing through the front of the hips. So the hips don't need to do anything. The legs are just stretched out. You're grounding through the tops of the shoulders, through the head. And taking a few deep, long breaths. If you have one foot flat on the floor, I'll tell you when to switch. Really just notice how you feel through the legs. Switch the knee if you have one knee up. Stretch the other leg out. And if at any point you feel this is uncomfortable with both legs stretched out, just bring the feet back flat on the floor. Relax the toes, the feet. Breathe deeply. Couple more breaths. And then as you're ready, slowly bring the feet back, flat on the floor. Lift the hips up, remove the block. Roll the spine down nice and slowly. Keep the feet flat on the floor, find the edges of your mat, and just roll the knees from side to side. Just relaxing across the lower back, massaging through the hip cradle. And coming back up. Relaxing the hips on the floor, stretching the feet out. If you have a blanket or anything you want to put over you for Shavasana, you can grab that or any pillow. Then relax the shoulders, relax the hips, and close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath into the nose and out through the mouth. Feel the whole body relaxing. Notice your breath. Now bring your awareness to your forehead. Relax your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyes. Relax your jaw, your tongue. Let the head feel heavy against the floor, relaxing the scalp. Bring your awareness down into your throat. Relax the muscles of the neck. And bring your awareness into your shoulders. Relaxing the shoulders into the floor, feeling the shoulder blades grounding. Bring your awareness to your elbows and your wrists. Relaxing the arms as they are. Bring your awareness to the palm of your hands. Just notice your awareness here. And then bring your awareness back to your wrists, into your elbows, and your shoulders, leaving the arms comfortable at ease. And bring your awareness back to the throat. Now drop your awareness down into the center of your chest. Feel the rib cage against the floor, the lungs, the heart. Grounded and open. Breathe here. And then bring your awareness down into your upper abdomen, the solar plexus, where the diaphragm contracts and expands for your body to breathe. Down into the lower belly, feeling the softness of the abdomen now, no effort. And bringing your awareness down into your pelvis. Feel the back of your pelvis resting on the floor. Relax your hips, the joints of your hips. And draw your awareness down through the upper thighs into your knees. Relaxing the knees and taking the awareness down the lower legs into your ankles. And holding your awareness for a moment to the bottoms of your feet. Now as you breathe, imagine your breath starting at the bottom of the feet, filling up to the crown of the head as you inhale, exhaling all the way back down to the feet. Just like a wave of energy as the breath draws in, up to the crown, exhale back to the feet. And then letting go of that intention and just noticing your body physically, energetically, the peace, the tranquility of the moment. All of your efforts now integrating your body, mind, and spirit receiving. Notice how you're feeling. Any new awareness in your body or in your mind through your practice today. And as you're ready, begin to move your fingers and your toes. Taking a deep breath, maybe stretching the body. And then rolling over to one side, whichever side feels comfortable, natural. Holding here for a moment. Resolving to bring your practice with you in whatever way serves you best today. And then come back up to your seat. Grab your cushion if you have one, or find some way to sit comfortably. We'll just share a few moments of mindful meditation together. So rest your hands on your thighs, relax your shoulders. Sit comfortably so that the spine sits easily over the hips. Close your eyes, soften your gaze. Take a deep breath in through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. And then just let your breath flow naturally in its own pace and flow. Feel your body breathing. Grounding your awareness internally and letting go of the thoughts that might pass through your mind. Feel your present moment. Noticing if the mind drifts to worries or repeating the past. Just acknowledge what the tendency is with the mind. But whenever possible, bring yourself back into the present moment through your breath, and we'll incorporate the mantra, so hum. So as you breathe in, feeling the cool air flow up and in through the nose, invite the sound so to follow your breath. And as you breathe out, feeling the warm air leave the nose, let the sound hum follow the breath. So with the inhales, hum with the exhales. Just repeating the sound in your mind as you breathe. Coming back to the mantra and the breath whenever needed. And we'll sit here for a few moments mindfully. Notice if the body starts to shift, stay in this posture of alertness. letting the mind steady itself within the steadiness of your body. So, now release the mantra, still following the breath, noticing your present moment, your inner awareness. Observing any thoughts or emotions that percolate, stimulate from time to time. But in the present moment, in this moment, everything is peaceful and at ease. Remembering that as you move through your day, you can come back to that peacefulness and that ease through the stimulations that you encounter. Coming back to the breath, your inner awareness, as often as possible. In that moment, you have all that you need to meet your day. Take another deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And bring your hands into your heart. Taking a moment of gratitude for this practice, this time that you've taken for yourself. And then keeping your eyes closed, rub your palms together, feel a little warmth in your palms. And place your hands over your eyes, feeling that warmth as you slowly open your eyes into the warmth of the palms. Bridging your internal world back with the external world. Slowly wash your face. And bring your hands into your heart. Thanking mind, body, and spirit for this practice today. And I thank you for sharing yours. Namaste. If you have any questions or comments about the practice today, please leave them in the comments below or reach out to me at brenda@seabrightspirit.ca. And you can always find me at www.seabrightspirit.ca. So thank you again for joining me. I hope you have a beautiful day. Take care.